Hey everyone, welcome back to the homestead. I am Nadine. Today I am inside because it is cold, it is rainy, and
Hello.
and I have some things to do inside. Today I actually want to share with you how I do long-term dry food storage and give you guys some tips and tricks. So let's go. Welcome to my kitchen, guys. So today I am prepping some buckets for dry food storage for long term or short term. It really doesn't matter. But what I have done is I got these buckets from my local Sam's Club. These are old icing buckets. So I just went to the bakery. I asked them, do you guys have any empty buckets? I'd like to either take them off your hands or buy them from you. They did charge me $2 a bucket, but that's a lot cheaper than buying them online for brand new food grade food buckets. So I'm going to be using these for flour, sugar, and then I'm also going to be trying for the first time water glassing, which is preserving my eggs in a water and pickling lime solution. So you guys will be seeing a video when I do that, but today I just wanted to share with you what I'm doing to get my buckets ready for some dry food storage. So I've already got my sink full of hot soapy water because these buckets did not come cleaned. I didn't expect them to, so I'm going to be cleaning them and prepping them today for some dry food storage. Now I do believe that these are, let's see, these are 5-gallon buckets, which is really awesome, so it'll hold a good bit of product for me. I don't exactly know how much. I have never done this before, so I'm learning as I go and I'm bringing you along. So I'm just going to go ahead and wash the lids first. So each of the buckets came with a tight sealing lid. What I like about the icing buckets is that they have that tight sealing lid because icing needs to stay fresh, it needs to stay moist in order for it to be good. So it makes for really good dry food storage because it's got that airtight seal. So let's go ahead and wash these lids. And then I'm probably gonna have to wash the buckets in my bathtub. Let's get started. So a lot of the lids came looking like this with icing on the top, and then because she stacked them, there's icing like around the edges. So I'm just gonna rinse all of the icing off first, then I'm gonna wash them real good, get all of the icing off, and then move on to the larger buckets. I did get 4 buckets. So that's what I'll be doing today. Alrighty guys, so I got my tub set up here. I've got my buckets. Don't mind my tub, I've got 3 boys, so it gets kind of gross after a couple days. But we're just gonna go ahead and get my soap and my sponge, and we're going to get these buckets washed up. Alrighty, so all of our buckets and lids are washed and clean. Now I'm going to get some rags and dry them. Alrighty, so me and my helper here are going to get these buckets dry. Because this is for dry food storage, before you put your food in the buckets, you want to make sure that they are 100% dry. That way you don't have a mildew problem in your dry produce. So let's go ahead and get these dry, and then I'll show you what I'm filling them with. Alrighty guys, so the buckets are washed, they're dried. I'm going to let them air dry a little bit because I want them 100% dry before I add anything to them. So I'm going to let them air dry for a little bit and we'll be right back. Alrighty, we are back. I've let these buckets air dry for about 10-15 minutes now. They are completely dry to the touch, no moisture is left. So I'm going to go ahead
Hi.
and get my bag of flour and sugar that I bought. And get those into my buckets. So I picked up a 25-pound bag of all-purpose flour and a 25-pound bag of sugar for baking this year. So I want to make sure that they're in a nice airtight container so they stay good. So we're going to go ahead and put them into our buckets. So here are our buckets. This is 25 pounds of granulated sugar, and it fills it about 3/4 of the way full. And then this is 25 pounds of flour, and it fills it all the way full. And these are 5-gallon icing buckets from Sam's Club. And then I'm gonna wait a little bit longer for the lids to dry because the inner ring is still a little bit wet, and I don't want that moisture being stuck in with my flour and sugar, cause mold or mildew issues. So that is basically what I'm doing for dry food storage. I'm using icing buckets that I've washed and dried out, filling them with my dried goods. And then once my lids are dry, I'm going to make sure that they're clearly labeled so I know what's in these buckets and I don't have to open them every single time I need to find out what they are. Good labeling makes a good pantry. So label your stuff so you know what it is, when you got it, when you filled them, and when it expires. That way you know. I'm going to be using the 2 other buckets for water glassing some eggs, although I don't think I'll need both of those buckets right now. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how this turned out. If you guys have any questions about long-term dry food storage, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. And alrighty guys, if you have any questions about dry food storage, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. I will answer them as best I can. I'm still learning. I've never done bulk dry food storage before, so this is a first for me, but it seemed like an easy thing to add on to our homestead. And that way we have bulk flour, sugar, and things for our kitchen essentials, staples that we use on a regular basis. So thank you guys so much for watching, and remember to grow where you're planted.